What is up, Jammies? Welcome back to a postseason edition of Ricky's Ram Jam, presented by Barefoot Wine. The Rams and Vikings are going to battle at SoFi Stadium on Monday night to cap off Wild Card Weekend. This quote from Coach Mcvay's Week 18 postgame presser has been ringing through my ears ever since. He said, "We respect all and fear none." That can be applied to more than just football. A little bit different of a setup for me today. My home studio, humble brag, for Ricky's Ram Jam is in my garage, and in the LA area, there's a severe windstorm and there's fires. So I hope you guys are safe if you are local. And I moved into my guest bedroom for a little makeshift studio because I went in to record and the wind wouldn't have been the best audio and video, and my jammies deserve the best because we have a big guest joining us today. Andrew Whitworth, you may have heard of him. I would love to get his insight ahead of today's game. So popped in on Inside. And again, jammies, if you are local to LA, I hope you are staying safe out there. Okay, the Vikings are coming back to Los Angeles for round 2. And we're going to talk about that in a second. But first, we got to do the coin toss. Okay, one of the options for last week was a Blake Corum touchdown, and unfortunately, he left the game with a fractured forearm. We are wishing Blake a speedy recovery. Okay, so here is the wild card coin toss, the first inaugural playoff coin toss in Ram Jam history. We're taking part in history, jammies. Okay, option 1. The Week 8 defense against the Vikings recorded a game-sealing safety. How about defensive points again against the Vikes? I like that. Option 1, defensive points against the Vikings. Option 2, Matthew Stafford throws for over 300 yards. Very, very, very plausible. Both options. What are you going to choose? Option 1 or option 2? Joining me now is 4-time Pro Bowler, a Super Bowl champ, the 2021 Walter Payton Man of the Year, the NFL analyst for Amazon Prime Video, not to mention the host of his own podcast, Fitz and Wit. He's Andrew Whitworth. Wow, those accolades, they probably never get old, huh?
Yeah, all except for the media ones. I didn't see myself doing any of that. And I'm really still agitated. Why isn't that Wit and Fitz? I don't understand. You know what?
Right.
This sounds like the band's already having inner fights. But you know what? It's been a blast. It's a lot of fun, man. Playing in the NFL as long as I did, and then ending it and getting the chance to stay really close, working with Amazon and Thursday Night Football, and then also now Fitz and I getting to spend some time, just rambling about whatever in the world it is we're rambling about every week. It's been really fun and rewarding to end your career and then get to stay so close and be a part of the NFL still.
Yeah, and then the whole, Amazon TNF experience is so fun. But the Golden Globes were this past weekend, and Nikki Glaser, first of all, absolutely killed it. I don't know if you saw her monologue.
She did. She did a great job.
So great. What was that like, being next to greatness on Thursday night?
She was a blast. I tell you what, she was a great teammate all year long. I think she made 5 appearances for us. It was, on our nightcap show. She was a lot of fun to be around. I think our very first time with her was in New York early in the season. And she actually snuck and took the bill the first time we had dinner with her. And I was like, all right, she gets it. Like she knows how to be part of the team and just make sure everyone knows she's in it for all of us. And so it was really cool to see her have that moment. And, she did a great job. And listen, she's a riot. I just get nervous every time she starts talking that she's going to start talking about me. So as long as it's somebody else, I'm all in for the show.
Let's talk about these 2024 Rams. Do you have a quick thought on them resting players in Week 18 and the message that Sean sent to his team that he believes they can beat anyone?
Yeah, I thought it was a great philosophy because to me, it really comes down to when you're in this time of year, people are going to try and look for all the excuses of why they win or lose. And the truth is you need to play your best football in those 3-hour windows for the next 4 to 5 weeks. And that's it. That's all that matters. And so what gets you there? And to me, if your division's locked up, the seeding doesn't matter in the sense that you're not the number 1 seed, so you're not getting a bye. What matters the most is that you have a healthy roster and you've got some veteran players who are a huge part of this team, and Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp and Rob Havenstein and others that need to be healthy and they need to be rested up and ready to go. And so I think that if you look at this Rams team and how they're built, them being rested up, ready to ride, and everyone feeling a little healthier 1 week more. Do you look at how they've handled the bye weeks over the last 2 years and really how they've come out of those bye weeks? I'll take Sean McVay and this roster rested and ready to go against anybody. And so I think it was the right decision, and I look forward to Monday night seeing how this team plays.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. You played in 15 career playoff games. Like, can you describe to me, who hasn't played in any playoff games, what makes the postseason different?
I think when you really think about it, in the regular season, it's a rhythm, and you're out there, and as I always say, I like to relate a lot of things to golf. It's like a casual round with your friends that you want to win in the regular season. It means a lot, and there's some money on the line, and so there's a lot of pride and a lot of things you got to go through, right? But then when you get to the playoffs, it's more like you got one shot. How close can you hit it to the pin? And there's anxiousness. There's a little bit of, man, it's been a long year, and what am I willing to put my body through? What am I willing to give up and sacrifice this entire week? And not only that, but the playoff week with the media and everything around it goes so fast. And so now you're in an era where, like, if you didn't take advantage of every little moment leading up to that game to get your body right, to get mentally prepared, you get into the game and it's big. There's playoff signs everywhere. They're on the field. You can feel the energy of the stadium. Playing Rams games in a playoff game, the crowd's going to be insane. All of a sudden, you're going to feel the energy. And if you didn't take advantage of every moment to get prepared for what it is to be in that playoff game, you're going to have some of that anxiety. You're going to have some of that, oh, man, am I ready? And so that's where that really prior performance gets into being prepared for the moment. And so I think that really when you talk about the playoffs, everything's just turned up a notch. The fans are turned up. The moments are turned up. Every little detail and technique that you need to have in every play is turned up because you're playing against the best of the best. And so each little moment, if we said that a game came down to 5 plays in the regular season, it might just come down to 1 in the playoffs. And so every play matters. And you got to have experience in it, or you got to have a mentality of, I'm going to let it go and be at my best in this moment. And that's what really you see is successful in the playoffs.
And the Rams defeated the Vikings earlier this season. Can you use any part of that blueprint, or is it a clean slate come playoff time?
Playoff time, unfortunately, is a clean slate. But I think what you can take from it is confidence. And you can take what you learned in those moments and what this team went through from the bye week and honestly where they sat in the season at 1-4, the grit, the determination, the mentality it took to rise back up and go win this division. Those things matter because those moments will show up in this game. There'll be a moment in this game. It's going to be 3rd and 12. We're going to need somebody who's tired, exhausted, a receiver to go up and make a freaking play and come down with the football, whether it's getting their toes down in bounds, whether it's coming up with a tough catch in a crowd, whether it's a run where you break one more tackle to get that first down, whether it's Stafford using those old legs to find a way to get a first down that we've seen some this year. Whatever that moment may be, maybe it's defensively beating a really good player for a sack or a pressure that leads to a bad throw. Those moments will show themselves. And what you've earned throughout the year coming back from a 1-4 start is that you are built to the right stuff because a lot of teams just lay down. A lot of teams don't find a way to fix it. And you got to take the season, the last time you played this team, as things that give you confidence that if you go out and play your best and you play with the energy and passion it takes to win, you have a chance to win yourself a playoff game and get that next opportunity that you've earned that you got to go take advantage of.
Yeah, you said so many good things there. I don't even know which point to go off of because it's just getting me so hyped up. But let's talk your
I'm ready
specialty.
To play. Can you tell?
I know.
To play in the game. Come on, let's go.
But let's talk the O-line. Like, they've done such a great job keeping Stafford clean the last month or so. How impressed are you with this sort of the groove that this group has come together? And basically, how important is it to keep him clean throughout the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, you look at it, the injuries to start the season, how beat up they were and lost some guys, and then, the emergence of even a young rookie in Limmer and different people who've shown up throughout the season and had to play up for them up front. And even with Puka and Cooper and guys being out, I mean, all those things put pressure on your offensive line, whether it be in the run game or the pass game, to be a little bit better, in each moment, because maybe we're missing some guys here or there. Maybe it's not the starters that we plan to play the season with. And so you look at really the job that Winnie's done and Ryan Wendell with this group. I mean, they have continued to show up, and as they've gotten healthier and gotten guys back, they've continued to just perform better and better. And I think it's crazy because it's not something you really talk about much this season, but this group will really dictate the success they have in this playoffs because their ability to possess the football and run it well and protect Stafford is really what makes this team's identity. Is this team this year has not been some explosive offense. It's been one that when we get on the football field, you better be down for 8, 10, 12 plays. We're going to go the length of the field. We're going to possess the football, and we're going to try to punch it in at the end. And that's really how we're going to beat you, is that we're going to give your offense limited ops. Our young defense is going to get after you, and we're going to possess the football on offense. And so this line, it's going to be really important, their ability to control this game and in the playoffs week in and week out, be ready for the battle is going to be important to this group. And they wouldn't be where they are right now if it wasn't for the way this group has responded throughout the season.
Yeah, Big Rob is expected to be back for Monday night's game. Like, what does he mean to this line and to the team, both on and off the field?
He means everything. I mean, Rob is not only a tremendous human, a great football player, but he is the leader of this group. And you can see, honestly, how they gel, how they work, and the run game and everything else. It just shows up when he's on the football field because you can tell that there's a calmness, there's a presence he brings to their group. That they all feel really, I think, an extra level of confidence in themselves and really what their capabilities are as a group when he's on the football field. So I'm as happy as anybody to see Big Rob back out there. I get nervous anytime he gets banged up, but I'm looking forward, like I said, to this group. I think it's going to be fun to watch them with an opportunity to say, hey, you know what? A lot of people counted us out early in the season. We were 1-4. We had guys banged up all over the place. But we're still standing here. And when you're in a big fight and somebody lands a shot early in the fight and they can't put you to bed and you're still standing on your 2 feet saying, you know what, there's a lot of rounds left. That's where the Rams are standing. Teams had their shot and they didn't knock them out. You're still standing up, and now it's your time to throw the shots. And can this team do it and put it together? Because this is the best part of the playoffs. All you got to do is win each window. That's it. You don't have to have a regular season record. You don't need a division tiebreaker. You don't need any of that mess. We don't need any math. We got to win the 3-hour windows. And if they can go do that, they'll keep moving on.
You've seen Stafford and clutch performances and how they go hand in hand. I mean, what makes Matthew Stafford thrive in this type of scenario?
Well, I think it's just his personality that, really he doesn't get rattled by things at big moments. And if anything, it almost brings out his best. Like he loves the challenge of show me something I can't do. Say I can't hit this shot. I can't throw this ball, in this spot. I can't accomplish this golf shot. I've seen him on the golf course as well. It just almost brings out that smile and that wink and his whole personality of just watch this. And I think that's why you see him be at his best in these moments. In the month of December, as I called him on TNF, Mr. December, his record and the performance he's had. And then in January, even with us, the year we made our run to the Super Bowl, you just see that he's one of those guys that epitomizes, man, if you have that characteristic to be at your best when your best is needed, you are rare and you are special, and he has it and some. And so I think this group is excited as an offensive group because, to get a week where they can kind of take a breath, to get themselves healthy, and then to go out there and protect Matthew Stafford and see what they can do with this running game. I think this offense has got to be excited for the potential that's in front of them.
Yeah, what are you most excited about Monday night's matchup between the Vikings and the Rams?
Well, I think, you look at it. There's a clear, cut way that obviously the Rams, you look at the first matchup with this team. You beat them already in a primetime setting on Thursday Night Football, so it's definitely a big game that you beat them in. So there's a big moment you can bring some confidence from. You've overcome a lot of things, like I said earlier. And then here we are in a moment where you got a quarterback and a lot of players who have been in this moment before. You got a Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford and a Rob Havenstein who can say, hey, man, we've been down this road. We know what it takes. I love Tyler Higbee being back, seeing his energy, his passion, his bouncing around. I mean, I've shared some of those moments here recently. Like, he's a guy that he brings the emotion and passion to this team. Like, when they look in that huddle and they see Tyler Higbee, every time I ever looked at Higgs in a huddle, just the smile that just hits you like, dude, I'm so glad this guy's on my team. So when I think about
Yeah.
this game, I think about the kind of human beings they got sitting in that huddle. And when you can look across and make eye contact with some guys that you go, you know what? I know Puka Nakua is ready to ride. I know Kyron Williams is ready to ride. I know these veteran guys are ready to go get it this weekend. Like, I think that brings an energy and passion to you. And that's what they got to rally on, is that we got a bunch of guys that are down to get after it. And let's go out Monday night and do something special.
Yeah. Are you texting coach and just being like, hey, what are you thinking? Like, let me get are you dying to get in there? Just be a fly on the wall for that game plan?
Uh, you know what? I know better than to text Sean McVay in a big week. All right, listen, I'm a lot smarter than that. He knows
Yeah.
good and damn well. I'm not going to hit him up until after the game, and I'm going to give him a hug and pregame, and that's it. I'm staying out of the way because I'm not getting yelled at. And I'm not getting in trouble, all right? So I keep my distance. I do that with the guys, too. I mean, I am somebody, I believe in letting guys do their thing. I try to send an encouraging message when I can, but I try to stay out of the way during the regular season and just let guys do them. But they know I'm here if they need me. But I'm excited. I know Sean's excited. They're excited for the opportunity. But I don't doubt that Coach is going to have some good stuff dialed up for this week. And Chris Shula as well. I mean, tremendous job he's done, the way that defense closed the season. I'm looking forward to this Rams staff and what they've got on hand for Monday night.
Yeah. Lastly, before I ask you my Ram Jam questions, is there a text between you and Aaron Donald? Like, should we? Like, how we feeling?
You know what? I actually think I might have sent him a text a couple of weeks ago when it was looking like they had a chance to go get it, that we needed to start loosening up. But I think we together decided that it's best we just enjoy our couches for this one. So we'll be watching. We'll be you know what? Listen, him and I are both very passionate about this team and this group. We love them all to death, and we want nothing more than the Rams to go out and get it done. But I think they're better served with my old butt sitting down in a chair somewhere just cheering for them, which is actually a lot because I don't sit down either. I pace the entire game.
Yeah.
But I'm still stressed out when I watch the games, but I can't wait to watch them do their thing Monday night.
It's going to be so exciting. Whit, before I let you go, I ask my guests the same 3 questions every show.
All
Describe
right.
to me your perfect day. Like, what's a perfect day for Andrew Whitworth?
Perfect day for me is definitely going to involve early morning, coffee and sunrise, a workout, a good sweat, either maybe a little boxing workout or maybe some cardio work, a little bit of a lift or something. Get a good sweat in, that's for sure. Probably dropping the kids off at school, heading straight to the golf course, hitting some golf balls, sitting down at lunch, having me a nice sparkling water. See, I'm very California these days.
I love it.
And then I'll probably go back out and hit some more golf balls. That'd be a perfect day. Maybe a little afternoon, I don't know, like a cold one, maybe a good beer, or maybe a good white wine or something, meet a couple people out for dinner. And, that's probably it. And end my day sitting by a fire pit, staring at the stars. That would be like,
I love that.
If I could draw up a day, I don't know if that day's ever happened for me, but if I could draw up a day, that's it. That would be ideal.
That feels like that should go on your goal planning, like 2025 off days. Like, you should plan that day. That day sounds awesome.
Did you notice that the only part of that day that involved my kids was dropping them off at school, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. And then just someone else could pick them up.
I don't know what happened with them after school, but it is what it is.
As long as they're safe, then that's all that matters.
That's right.
Which celebrity would you like to switch lives with for one day and why?
Ooh, man, that's a really good one. Ooh.
Just you only get one
celebrity, one day. Man. Honestly, just because of my passion for golf, it would probably be somebody like Tiger Woods or one of these like top PGA golfers right now. It's, I got a good buddy, Sam Burns, that plays, and Scotty Scheffler. I think of this guy. Like, I would love to be awesome, be the number one player in the world at golf. And, you're playing a great golf course. You're taking your little private jet to the next golf course, what a life. I just think, being great at golf, now it'd be extremely hard, but being one of the top 10 players in the world at golf, what a life. I mean, you go to nothing but beautiful places. You play golf all day, and you're not like exhausted, so you still get to go to dinner. You take your little flight to the next city. I think it'd be a wonderful life. I'm jealous.
Are they
jealous of golfers.
studying tape? Like,
No, there's no meeting time.
Yeah, there's
Listen,
no, yeah,
your
like,
meeting time is, hey, go to this beautiful place and chip and putt. You know, it's like, oh man, that
oh
sounds
man, I'm really
awful.
tired
It
today.
sounds
Yeah.
horrific.
Lastly, iced coffee on a snowy day or hot coffee in a heat wave?
Oh man, I'm gonna go iced coffee on a snowy day only because I love coffee so much. I could have it any time. But you know, in the offensive line room, the rookie O lineman would tell you this, and I hope Rob's carried this on. Very serious subject. So you have to
Okay.
know
Okay.
the temperature every day when you show up because don't bring me a hot coffee when it's above 70 something degrees, right? Like I
Okay.
don't want a hot coffee. So you need
But
to
if
know the
it's lower,
temperature. You need to know whether I want an iced coffee or a hot coffee so you can do your rookie duties correctly based off the temperature. So you need to be checking the weather channel and don't bring me an iced coffee on a cold day. That I'm going to get livid. I'm probably going to throw it in the trash can and you're going to have to go back and get the coffee again. All right.
yeah,
So you got to make sure as a young O lineman, you know the temperature of the day if you're the coffee getter.
I love that. I really hope we'll have to check in and see if it better be still happening. I mean, that's got to be.
Rob's kind of just too much of a sweet teddy bear. I don't know. He might not be doing it. You know, John Sullivan was really good at being the angry, mean guy. So,
Right.
you know, he could put on a good face for that. I don't know if Rob's got that. He probably just tells them they could bring it or not. It's just up to them.
Right, right, right. Awesome. Whit, I know how busy you are. Thank you so much for hanging out. It was really great for your insight, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on Monday night.
Appreciate it. I can't wait. Let's go.
There he goes. Nothing gets me as fired up as listening to Andrew Whitworth pump up these Rams, except maybe our playoff trailer that dropped yesterday, because that had me ready to run through a wall. All right, you guys, Monday Night Football and the wild card round are right around the corner. And if you haven't purchased your tickets already, go to therams.com/tickets. Make sure you are in the Rams house, jammies. I can't wait to see you. And if you're in the LA area, stay safe. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you Monday. Let's ram it.